So the first of all, I would like to say good evening, teacher. My name is Solita. I'm a student of the University of Cambodia that study term 5, and today I have a great honor to be present shortly about the subject, the communication, interpersonal communication. That the video presentation is the taking about the final exam. So my topic is just the convert from the individual assignment that is mentioned in the midterm exam. So I have to summarize about the chapter 2. That chapter 2 is talking about the interpersonal communication, and I have some of content and also some of the main point. That the first I will discuss and also explain about why it is useful to analyze personal communication as the skill behavior. The second, I will explain the main characteristics of the social skill model and suggest important practical implication. The third one, I will describe and analyze this behavior which are used in the skill of personal communication. And I will show how those behavior are skill interrelated and using a practical example. The last point, I will discuss about the possible criticism and limitation of this approach that related in the skill approach to the model described in the chapter. So don't waste any time, just move to the first content that I will explain why it's useful to analyze the interpersonal communication as skill behavior. People think that someone whom you like to talking to, so what they to do make the conversation enjoyable. So they probably make you feel like they really are listening and also interested in what you are saying. They do is by giving you encouragement and perhaps smiling, nodding, contact in the picture with someone whom you dislike talking to. What they do to make the expenses, perhaps they seem to be ignore you, and just like perhaps they try to dominate through the persistent. So you can notice by their behavior and also their body language, their face, how that notice about they are enjoy your with your conversation with you or not. So the next point, we are talking and also I am explain about the main character of the social skill model. We have 6 main character of the social skill model. Like the first is goal, perception, translation, motor responses, and feedback. So the first we will explain and also explain how the main character are applied in the social skill model in the interpersonal communication. So goal will apply in the identify what you want to outcome of many interaction is the most important step in the processing of the learning how to better manage your communication. So perception is suppose that you are a younger male in the party and you see another young female or another side of the room. You make eye contact for just other through the second. She tilt her head slightly in one another side, look down and seem to smile. So what they got this mean, which mean that we notice and also perception by having feel like each other by without talking anymore. So the next point we're talking about the translation. That suppose you notice the someone that feeling expect but not saying you decide to do, and do you decide to ignore it and pretend it all the while, or do you think you should encourage them to talk about the problem? If you decide to ask them about it, do you intend to do the directly or adopt more subtle approach? So which means that if someone have the problem, you have to ignore and also you want to build the confidence of the another like you have done, or you just ignore, and also you have another method to be approach them. So the next point is about the behavior. Behavior, you decide to ask someone what the bothering them, what is something to do, and what do you say. Do you try to incorporate some gadgets which is the indicate concern? What do you do? Place a hand in their shoulder. So the feedback, we think about the whole goal and also whole the process that you have done, and you think that you need to think that do they seem like interpret of your action in way you have intent. What if you did place in hand in their shoulder? What is the regarding receive in the way in the intended? So the next content we are talking about how the agile model developed. So in this book and also in the social skill model, we have the one model that we call agile to develop and also learn about the this model are developed and also apply in the real situation. So the first they apply when the two people we can know by when the two people are intending both they have a goal which may differ. And the next you can notice by the social context is the important influence. The next we gen the feedback from our own action as well as the another person reaction. The next point is we are influenced by the emotion as well as by our thought and also our maintaining factors and use instead of the translation. So the component of the interpersonal skill, which is about the nonverbal communication, reinforcement, questioning, and also reflecting, opening and also closing, listening, and self-disclosure. So that's all about my presentation, and I hope teacher understand about the whole main point of the chapter 2. And so I will thank you for your listening and also watching this video, and I hope this is also complete my task in this term. And thank you teacher so much for this term. You will have a good technical to be teach us in the lecture. So I hope to see you in the next term. So thank you teacher and stay safe. Bye bye teacher.